YouTube has a sponsorship problem. Once upon a time, YouTubers used to pitch products and services that they truly used, enjoyed, and believed in. But today, YouTubers pitch just about anything, from questionable products like Skillshare and BetterHelp.
What the hell wrong with these two? Still, no,
To
never
straight up
mind. Fuck it.
scams like FTX, Luna, and NFTs. And it's not surprising why. The amounts that these sponsors offer is downright stupid. Remember the FTX collapse? Well, I'm a relatively small channel.
Come on now. You just go sit here and play in somebody's face like that. He talk about his that small channel with 500,000 sub. Man, get out of here. He wildin'. That you wild for saying that. That's
And
good.
I
He
was
talk
offered
about a small
30,000
channel.
to promote some sort of Shiba.
30,000. Man, ain't no way. They they try to give bro 30 bands just to oh man, YouTube buddy good, huh? That's crazy. YouTube buddy amazing. Oh
Dog
damn.
Fund. That's of course an extreme example, but I'm regularly offered amounts of $5 to $10,000 for more team
Man.
sponsors several times every single day.
Man, oh man, it's bro really making bank out bro can really be making bank out here. He oh man, $5,000 to $10,000 a day. You getting them type of offers a day? Like, come on, man. Oh my god, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, man. Like, I see how they go from being, I don't wanna, I guess you could say, I see it, like I see how they go from broke to a millionaire in a year. Like, come on, bro, y'all getting offered money like that? That's crazy.
Given that I post about 150 videos every year, if I did sponsors, that could be an extra 750,000 to 1.5 million.
Every time he throw out the number, I get more surprised. Like, bro, what? Bro can make really be out here making 1.5 million just ads. What? Bro, just from taking more ads, he could really be making the half 1.5 million. Boy, I need to get on my grind, boy. I gotta get to some of this YouTube money. Oh my god.
Every single year.
God
So it's
damn.
not surprising why so many YouTubers put their morals aside and start shilling for these sponsors. Now, don't get me wrong here. I don't hate sponsors or YouTubers who use sponsors. In fact, if done the right way, I think sponsors can benefit the YouTubers, the sponsors, and the audience. The problem is that in 99% of cases, the audience is left out of the picture. In fact, the intended purpose of some sponsorships is often for the audience to literally get scammed. But
I'm about to say that. I don't have no problem with a sponsorship unless it's a scam. If it ain't no scam, advertise your ass off. If it's a scam, that's different. But if it ain't no scam and it's a good product and all that, advertise your ass off. Let them throw that money at you. No problem. But if it's a scam and you decide to advertise it on your channel and all that, that's where the problem come in my opinion. Because now you just being a scammer. That's a little fucked up to do on your audience, in my
even if the
opinion.
sponsor is a reputable company, it's questionable how much value the audience is actually receiving. Doesn't everybody just skip through the sponsored segments anyway? I mean, why would you watch them when they're virtually indiscernible from regular ad slots that play before a video? The only difference is that it's the YouTuber pitching the product as opposed to some random actor. But don't be fooled. This doesn't mean that the YouTuber is any more knowledgeable or familiar with the product than some random actor. When things go to crap like with FTX, YouTubers will be the first ones to shift the blame to you. They'll say something like, at the end of the day, it's up to the viewer to determine whether to use a sponsored product. And that's fair. But if that's how YouTubers are gonna approach sponsors, why should you, as a viewer, give sponsors any more importance than a random ad?
I would, with the FTS thing, I don't think that's a good comparison because from what I know about that, a lot of people got scammed. Like not or like scam, like they try to take their money. I mean, like people that you would have thought know better. Like I want to say, was it politicians or the government or something like that? Basically, they bought into it, so you can't put that on a regular YouTube or to try to be smarter than the people that's their job to do that. Like, come on now. Like now you going a little too far if you expect people to know, be able to figure something out more than the government or something like that to figure out a scam. You can't ask no random YouTuber to try to do nothing like that. That's crazy.
The answer is that you shouldn't, and that's probably for the best. But it wasn't always like this. At one point in time, sponsors were actually enhancing content on YouTube and adding value to the audience. And there are still a select number of YouTubers for whom this is still true. So here's how sponsors devolved from being a valuable production tool to being a shameless money grab. Before we get into the bad sponsorships, let's first establish what a good sponsorship implementation looks like. One of the best examples of sponsorships being used well is none other than Mr. Beast. For one, he thoroughly vets each and every one of his sponsors, but that in
Yeah, but I think Mr. Beast do that because he really trying to protect his brand at this point. Like Mr. Beast is a worldwide brand at this point. He got to protect his image, and he can't get no bad publicity because of sponsorship. Like even with the Mr. what it is, the Mr. Beast burger. As soon as he found out that they were served, they went up to the quality, his quality. What he did, sued them. Now he is countersued. I mean, getting countersued by them, but still, as soon as he heard any type of dirt on his name, he got straight to suing them. Like, hey, y'all playing with the wrong one.
itself doesn't make a good sponsor. I mean, just because you get sponsored by a reputable company doesn't mean that it's actually valuable to the audience. Now, you could go down the rabbit hole of determining whether your audience demographic matches the demographic of the sponsor and what type of topics your audience is interested in. You should also make the sponsored segment as engaging as possible and maximize audience retention and all of that. But there's a much simpler way to determine if a sponsorship implementation is good or not. The key to a good sponsorship is that it should offer value even to viewers who skip the sponsorship completely. But wait a minute, how could that be possible? If a viewer doesn't watch the sponsor, how could they possibly get value out of the products or services offered by the sponsor? Well, easy, from the video that they're actually watching. At the end of the day, viewers are there to watch the video, not watch the sponsor. So, by nature, sponsors should only be incorporated if they directly make the production possible. This is obviously the case with Mr. Beast. Each and every one of his videos costs millions of dollars to produce.
Sure.
And even with the 100 million views per video, there's no way he's breaking even with just YouTube AdSense.
I thought about that too. Like Mr. Beast put a lot of money into the. I think he even said he he spent like damn how much he made 1 year. He made like 214 million or something like that from YouTube, and he basically like, yeah, nah, we done spent all that money. Like what? You spent $214 million on YouTube just making YouTube videos? That's crazy. And then he said he not even the top creator when he said that. I'm like, bro, if you ain't if you weren't the top creator for making money from videos, that's crazy. I don't
In
see how
fact,
nobody
he's
topping
probably
that.
losing money even with sponsorship money. But the sponsors make the loss much more manageable and affordable when combined with.
Nah, he ain't taking no losses. I refuse to believe that. Ain't he making money from somewhere? Ain't no way Mr. Beast taking no loss because you wouldn't be able to keep nothing up by taking the L on any amount of money, especially his amount of money. Like maybe $4,000 ain't nothing, but you can't. His videos be costing like $60,000 to $100,000, or sometimes even more than that. That's on the low end. That's probably his new video. The one when he was on the out in the water is probably still somehow costing him $60,000 somehow. He just be spending that money. That's crazy.
With Jimmy's other ventures. In other words, you can go to any of Jimmy's videos, cut out the sponsored portion completely, and you'd still benefit from the extra production quality that was made possible by the sponsorship. You don't have to look that high up in the YouTube hierarchy to find good sponsors either. Another channel with the good sponsorships is Magnates Media. If you're not familiar with this channel, you should absolutely check them out as they have
Yeah, I ain't never heard of
extraordinary
them.
production quality. They basically produce full-on documentaries for free on YouTube. Videos like this can easily cost several $1,000s to produce, if not more, so it's no question why they need sponsors. Some other channels with solid sponsorship integrations are Johnny Harris, Wendover Productions, Polymatter, and Eric.
I
Now,
don't know
let
none
me
of them.
disclaim, I haven't watched every video on all of these channels, so I can't vouch for the reputability of their sponsors. But what I can say is that for their type of content, a sponsored segment is appropriate and it actually makes the rest of the video better. For most sponsored videos, though, this is not the case, which leads us to bad sponsorships.
Wait.
A bad sponsorship is extremely easy to spot. In essence, it adds nothing to the video or the production. And the niche that's most notorious for implementing such sponsors is the finance niche. As y'all are probably aware, the ad rates on
Hey, I
finance
watch him.
videos are already through the roof. They're usually able to earn $10 to $15 per
Somewhat.
1,000 views from AdSense itself. For larger channels, this means that they're
Oh my god. Oh god, like they just be making bank. Is this for a month? Is this for the $500,000? Oh my god, this in a month. I'm so oh my YouTube buddy is amazing. Oh boy, bro, I want to know what his impressions look like. That's crazy. The impressions probably going crazy on here just to even get there. They probably damn. Even for one of nah, I was gonna say even for a video to get like well one of mine to get like 2,000 views, they gotta get like 20,000 impressions. Bro, imagine what his impressions is, bro. That's crazy. And in a month he gained 120. Man, oh man, that's crazy. And he be live every day. But he scammed his fans or something like that too, didn't he? Now that I think about it, I think he did scam his fans or something
able
like
to
that.
earn as much as $500,000 per month
Oh
just from
my god.
AdSense. On top of this, they've also got course sales, affiliate links, YouTube memberships, Patreon, and who knows what else.
Damn.
So they clearly pull in an extraordinary amount of revenue, but that's
Hey man, fuck all that. Just give me 10% of that. Give me 10% of that, man. Come on. Give me something. I'd be fine with 10% of whatever he making, because that's fucking crazy. Shit, not even 10%. That's still a lot of damn money. Give me I'd say get a good 5%. Oh my god, I'd be cool with that. Bro, he out here making $500,000 a month. That's crazy.
just half the story. Not only do they have a ridiculous amount of money coming in, but they have virtually no production expenses. For the most part, finance videos consist of just talking heads. Most of these channels can be run by a single person, and they are often run by a single person. At most, they may have an editor, so no argument can be made that the production needs sponsors or that sponsors make the rest of the video better in any notable way. If anything, the sponsor actually makes the rest of the video worse because the YouTuber's thoughts have to be censored to remain sponsor friendly.
No, I'm not agreeing on this one. Like, unless it's a directly a scam, I'm not. Who am I to tell somebody, no, don't get your money? Like, bro, if it ain't no scam and they ain't about to fuck people over and nothing like that, so what? So what? They took a sponsor. If they caught a little quick $10,000 bag real quick, who am I to say, nah, you wrong for that? No, but I can see if it like what Speed did. Speed was a scam. And he tried to deny it and all that, but that was a scam Speed did. I remember that one. What it was like, oh, it was a crypto thing or something like that. That was a scam. I can agree that was a bad sponsorship, but it ain't really affect him like it would have did anybody else. But I can say that was a bad scam on that one. He shouldn't have did that one. Who else? There's a bunch of people that did shit like that.
In many cases,
Can't think of
YouTubers
it.
aren't even allowed to mention or talk about other brands, even in passing when a video is sponsored. Bigger brands are usually the worst offenders, and one of the best, or I guess worst examples of this is actually Google. If you go to a Yes Theory video called Running for 24 Hours to See All of Paris, you'll see that a large portion of the video is filled with a random blur effect on Amar's arm. The reason for this was confusing
Apple
until you
Watch.
reached the sponsored portion of the video. It turns out that the video was sponsored by Google Pixel, and it's likely that Amar was using an Apple Watch and an iPhone. Google's sponsorship team was probably not super happy with this, so Yes Theory had to go back and add a
I mean, that's not ruining of the video or nothing like that. That's not a bad sponsorship. That I agree. Bro should have took that. That's not fucking ruining nothing. The fuck? I'm not going for that one. Hold up.
blur effect
Uh,
throughout the entire video, and judging by the comments, this very much made the rest of the video worse. Some people even went as far as claiming that this alone made this video the worst video they've ever produced.
Big tripping.
Now, a constant blur effect is no doubt annoying, but this issue becomes exponentially worse when we're talking about finance content. Back in the day, finance content used to be about index fund investing, house hacking, and maximizing credit card points. But over time, more and more of the finance community turned to popularizing cryptos, NFTs, and high-risk options. During the worst of it, YouTubers were pitching crypto brokerages left and right. Here are some of the most notable ones that you've probably heard of. Voyager Digital.
I think that's with anything though. What I mean by that, like the longer it's been around, the more extreme it gotta get at a certain point. It can't just stay the same. They can't just be making the same video over and over again. They gonna end up leaving. So with anything like finance, eventually you gonna get more extreme and more extreme. Because at a certain point, you just gonna be repeating yourself over and over again. Like you look at them now, like probably in the beginning, they probably did finance, like regular finance stuff for probably like 2 years. But after that, they usually get more extreme. Because like I said, you can't keep making the same content over and over again. People gonna end up leaving. You ain't got nothing else to
Celsius,
say.
BlockFi, Genesis, and FTX. But these brokerages have more in common than just being YouTube sponsorship favorites. All 5 of them are now bankrupt. I should mention that many of these YouTubers lost money themselves because of these brokerages. But as Scott Schaefer put it, YouTubers just lost money. Viewers had their lives ruined. If you thought pitching risky investments weren't bad enough, it gets even worse. A select number of YouTubers have straight up turned to scamming their audience. A great example of this was Roobet. If you're not familiar with Roobet, it's basically an online casino, and being a casino, the odds are obviously stacked against players. Pitching something like this would already be bad, but it's worse than just that. You see, Roobet had an affiliate program that essentially gave influencers 5 to 15% of all the money that their viewers lost by using their platform.
Oh yeah, nah, that's wild right there. Yeah, I agree with that one. That's a bad sponsorship right there. Cause like it would have been different if they would have been like, um, yeah, the video sponsor, but that's it. Damn, hold up.
So these
Okay.
influencers were literally incentivized to have their viewers bet away all of their money. But at least with Roobet, the viewers had the potential of making money, or at least the exhilarating experience of playing those games. With something like Logan Paul's cryptos or NFTs, viewers were basically just handing over money to the influencer and scammers. But how did things get this bad? Well, of course, the money is part of it, But I don't actually think that's the main reason. The main reason is because of the classic I did it because he did it. As audiences are exposed to sponsorships more regularly, there tends to be less scrutiny and backlash. This allows a few brash YouTubers to push the boundaries and pitch something that's just a little bit more risky. Instead of pitching something like Vanguard or Fidelity, they start pitching something like Robinhood or Webull. If the audience doesn't respond poorly to these integrations,
What's wrong with Robinhood? Robinhood ain't did nothing to nobody. Well, they did with the GameStop shit, but that's it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Robinhood. You tripping. Robinhood's safe.
this gives bigger
Good.
creators the confidence to
Unless
start
it's something I
pitching
don't know
these
about it.
as well. And before you know it, it's normal to pitch fintech companies. But why stop there? Once again, a few bold YouTubers will push the boundaries even more. If stock brokerages are okay, why not pitch crypto brokerages? And if crypto
But I think he forgetting with them certain YouTubers, it's a price. He said he got paid 30,000 for, well, he ain't take it, but I know when they know they basically like scamming people and all that, I know they pay a good bag for that. I know they'll pay like 50 to 100,000 to make you want to be one of these sponsors. I know that for sure. Because if a regular company trying to pay you 30, imagine the ones that try to make some money off you. Of course, they better pay a good bag. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if they paying some people $200,000 to, what you call it, to sponsor a video.
brokerages are okay, why not pitch NFTs? And if NFTs are okay, why not just pitch scams? And before you know it, you get to the situation that we're currently in. It really just comes down to how much the audience is willing to tolerate and put up with. And some creators, like Jake Tran, are figuring out the hard way
I
that
don't know who
there
that is.
is actually a limit to what viewers will tolerate. But by the time they realize this, it's already too late. The silver lining about all of this is that audiences are finally reaching a breaking point. And with mainstream collapses like FTX, viewers are more wise to sponsorships than ever before. Most viewers have come to accept that sponsors are just a part of YouTube, just like ads, and that you shouldn't pay too much attention to them.
Yeah.
This sort of mentality is definitely for the best, but sponsorships don't have to be this way. As we discussed, there is a good way to do sponsorships that actually improve the production and viewing experience. And with this breaking point being reached, hopefully more YouTubers will turn to value-adding sponsorships moving forward and work on making the best videos possible instead of just turning to sponsorships that pay the most and milking their audiences just to become even richer. But that's just what
I
I
ain't
think.
mad at him
What are your thoughts on YouTube
at all.
sponsorships? Comment that down below. Also, drop a like if you would like to see more videos exposing YouTube sponsors. And of course, consider checking out our Discord community to suggest future video
I'm
ideas and
surprised he ain't
consider
talk about
subscribing to see
speed.
more questions logically answered. But until then, I'm Hari, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Skillshare
Hey, I think I sort of got to watch that. I ain't gonna lie, that shit. Wow.
See, all right. Anyway, this is all I wanted to. I ain't posted my main page, right? Nah, good, perfect.
Yup.